competent hands that are prepared to step in and steer the ship of Nigerian Federation and birth it to safety. Therefore, there is a need for us to understand that our country is sick and it needs recovery. And for it to recover, we have got to have the right physicians that will give us the right prescriptions. And of course, we follow and ensure that we retrieve our country and reposition it on the path of growth and development. That is the essence of our being here this morning. I therefore welcome you on behalf of the campaign management team, and I hope and pray that we shall have it.
Mr. Bonny, I will now please go and put our hands together. I'd like to also quickly welcome Chief Yomi Edu, former minister. I'd like to also welcome Chief Ogunkelu, former minister. I'd like to also welcome Alhaji Adamu Waziri, a big welcome to you. And also, I'd like to especially welcome distinguished Senator Dino Melai. Please go and put our hands together for him. He will soon come and speak the truth and die. Don't speak the truth and also die. Then I don't know when you'll be tired of making trouble for her. Thank you. We're going to take a brief introduction of the candidates so our gentlemen of the press can capture that properly. And to do that for us for the next couple of minutes, I'd like to invite to the microphone distinguished Senator Dino Melai. Please come and put our hands together for him.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, of the masses of this country, a friend of the Talakawas, a friend of the Mekunus, a friend of the have-nots, a friend of the youths, a friend of Nigerian women, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Before I bring him to the microphone, there is a footage that I want us to see. There's a video we want to see. Then we will bring him up to speak after watching the video. So please, the technical department, can you just please play the video? Thank you.
Nigeria has a problem.
A really big problem.
Our problem is a party of brooms with erratic policy and wicked results.
In fact, this is Nigeria's #1 problem. The problem has made our country sick.
And we cannot remain sick for 4 more years.
Recovery.
And when we recover, our country will be safe.
When we recover, our economy will grow.
When we recover,
and our dignity
on the African continent,
we can even recover from Japa.
The message unveiled. And to do that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is a man that taught us how to handle the media. I call him the king of media. He's the director of strategic communication of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Dele Momodu.
Thank you. To leave in a couple of minutes. The message from the Directorate of Strategic Communications is very simple. We're looking for something that will engage Nigerians and capture our imagination. As a young man, I suffered shege from malaria, from lack of unity, from all manners of debilitating problems that can be solved. So we have the most experienced candidates in the race today. Nobody in Nigeria will argue with us that Atiku Abubakar and Governor Okowa have the requisite knowledge of what to do. And that is why we are here today. Thank you so much, Your Excellencies, for availing us of your time, because I know how busy you are at this time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Poverty! Throw away, oh, throw away. Yeah, yeah. Solidarity. Ìwé o, ìwé. PDP. Ìwé o, ìwé. Òtòjọ́. Ìwé o, nàlìwé. PDP. Ìwé o, ìwé. Ẹ̀tàlá. Ìwé o, ìwé. Òṣì ìranù. Olùlẹ̀. Àìsí ìdáàbò. Olùlẹ̀. Ìjìyà ojúmọ́. Olùlẹ̀.
We have to do a quick meeting there so we can squeeze the program and get to leave here much more earlier than we planned. So we have a very brief session so that His Excellency can step out to do other things. So I'd like to invite very quickly.
Apologize on his behalf. He forgot to take his medication this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure, because of time, we want to be on a very fast track, to introduce the very brilliant, intellectually mobile, academically sagacious Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by the grace of God, Governor Nakoa. I also will not waste time to introduce the torchlight, and by the grace of God, the man called Atiku, as popular as Coca-Cola, the most popular of all the presidential candidates, the most matured of all the presidential candidates, the most preferred of all the presidential candidates, the only one among all the presidential candidates that knows this country inside out. Invite Osayaneni, who we are going to give just 10 minutes to take over the next section. There will be few questions and responses and small speeches, but please, 10 minutes is 10 minutes. Please, can we join our hands together for Osayaneni? Like father, like son.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. I'll just stand on existing protocols. We had hoped to have a little bit more time with you, but we understand you have to leave. So what I want to just ask is, the candidate is here, the vice presidential candidate is here as well. We have gathered here representatives of the Abuja business community, and I want to invite them very quickly to just put up their hands if they have any questions for the candidate. I spoke to Jude earlier, and he says he has a question for the candidate. How are we? Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jude Fermi, and I have a question that so I'll just go straight to the point, even with regards with the technology ecosystem. So my question straight is, why should the technology ecosystem or maybe even young businesses expect different from the PDP administration when you get into office? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Hands up, please, if you have a quick question. Sorry, young man, please go ahead. At the back. That man standing.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Abiodun Koka, and I will go straight to the point. The question is, nations on the continent have had their growth stunted by conflicts inflamed by ethnic and religious divisions. Nigeria appears to be on a similar path. How do we plan to put out these growing flames of disunity? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Joyce, your question. Please, PDP members, I'm staying away from you. I just want to ask the business community. Go ahead.
Good morning, Your Excellencies. Good morning, everyone. My name is Natu. As a young woman in the North Central, I own an agro-tech firm, and insecurity has meant that farmers cannot even access their farms sometimes. I want to know the plans of His Excellency to make business in Nigeria safe.
Okay, one more question. That gentleman, glasses. Young businessmen and young businesswomen.
Good morning, everyone. My question is very short. My name is Olushola Kenneth. Okay, Your Excellency, we hear a lot about infrastructure development. My question is simple, Your Excellency.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nafisa. I'm a gender justice advocate. So, Your Excellency, the composition of this room illustrates the exclusion that women suffer, not just in politics, but in business as well. How would the incoming PDP administration ensure that women are guaranteed a seat at the table economically, basically business capital, if you become president of this country? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. That's all the questions we can take right now. Sir, thank you.
I'm sure we will invite the presidential candidates to respond to the questions. And then after that, I've been told we can also take the vice. Thank you.
I don't know sitting down too much. I thought I saw a small podium there. I think let me go there so that. Okay, all right, okay. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to say good morning to everybody, and then I want to start with a protest. This program was actually not my program this morning. I was supposed to be on my way to Niger, from Niger to Jigawa, from Jigawa to Bauchi, and then this program was just smuggled in. So that's why I said I am protesting. Secondly, let me go straight to some of the questions that have been raised this morning at this breakfast interactive session. The guy who asked about restructuring as far as he was concerned, what he meant or what he understands, because he's from Niger Delta, is just resource control. It is more than resource control, because that's why I say restructuring and devolution of powers and resources. Yes, you will get more resources, but we'll also give you more responsibilities commensurate with the resources we give you, so that so that you don't turn around and blame the federal government all the time when you don't utilize your resources, the Niger Delta Ministry. And in fact, it was in a paper which we developed together with intellectuals that we came about the issue of amnesty, creation of Niger Delta Ministry, and so on and so forth. And when I didn't win, I handed over the document, policy document, to late Umaru Yaradua, who started implementing the policies in that document. But there were, along the line, some defective implementation of those policies. I give you an example of the Ministry of Niger Delta. In my proposal, I said the Ministry of Niger Delta should be situated in the Niger Delta, wherever they want, whether it is Port Harcourt or any other place, so that its sole responsibility is to develop, provide infrastructure, human capital, and so on and so forth to Niger Delta. What has happened? Yes, Ministry of Niger Delta has been created, billions of money has been allocated to it, but where is the money going? Into pockets. So, if I have my way, or if you elect me, Ministry of Niger Delta will be in Niger Delta. 2, I will make sure Ministry of Niger Delta develops all the infrastructure requirements in Niger Delta. I will make sure their educational institutions are fully equipped and well funded, as well as their health institutions. So it is not only resource control, that is the meaning of restructuring, my fellow gentlemen. Small businesses, what should be the expectations from a PDP government? I'm surprised. How old are you when PDP was in government in 1999? And that was why there were very many or thousands of flourishing small businesses that engage young men and women during. You voted for change, and you have seen what the change has brought. Not compare PDP with APC, for God's sake. Our records are there. Our growth records are there. From poverty, recover from insecurity, recover from this and that, which were not there before. Even if there were any one of them were there before, was at a very, very minimal level that did not affect our national life. You know, conflict is regional and national. I have visited a number of West African presidents in the last 1 or 2 months. And what I have assured them is that Nigeria will come back. Nigeria has been retreating in the past 7 to 8 years as far as regional leadership is concerned. Do you hear Nigeria anymore in ECOWAS? Simply because we have been retreating. I assured those presidents that I'm going to bring back ECOMOG. What do I mean by ECOMOG? I mean a coming together of West African states with Nigeria giving the leadership, multilateral or multinational forces to ensure regional security, peace, and stability. So that all these infiltration we are getting from North Africa of Islamic militants and this and that and arms and ammunition, we can deal with them decisively. Please, remember the records of PDP. We brought back peace in Liberia through ECOMOG and ensured democracy today. We did so in Sierra Leone. We did so even Cote d'Ivoire. I saw all those presidents. I assured them, I said, as if PDP is elected in Nigeria, we will resume our leadership in West Africa. Again, the issue of insecurity. Of course, I mean, if we don't secure our country, businesses will not be safe. Farmers will not go to farms. That's why when you go to Casino, when you say PDP, they will tell you in Hausa, Akorinyuwa, meaning drive away hunger or eliminate hunger. What brings hunger? Poverty. No be so? So, and we didn't have it during PDP. That's why sometimes, you know, not for me, I begin to wonder, what is wrong with Nigerians? Do they really remember? Do they really, I met the Minister of Education in a foreign university, in fact in Oxford in UK. I said, Mr. Minister, our children don't now study the history of Nigeria. What kind of a country? They cancelled it. I said, please reinstate that. He said he's going to reinstate it. Till today, he has not reinstated. That's why you have very, very short memories, because history is not being taught. All of you are of the current generation. And therefore, you don't even remember what happens 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But PDP as I said yesterday, is the oldest political party in the history of Nigeria. No political party has been as old as, PDP in the history of Nigeria. So I believe once we secure the country, businesses will be safe. Everybody will be safe to operate anywhere he wants to operate, day and night. Like I saw in Maiduguri when we went, clearly the police, first of all, are undermanned, ill-equipped. I saw it because I am a very well-trained police officer. I was among the first graduate cadets to be trained by the Nigerian police in 1969 to 1970. I could see it. As I stand on the podium, or as I stood on the podium, I could see the police are poorly trained, poorly equipped, poorly motivated. So that's why I identified security, provision of security, as one of the 5 major policies I will confront if you give us the opportunity. Human participation and development. Of course, during our time, we were the first government to comply with the Beijing resolution. Which was Beijing resolution? Is to make sure that at least 30% 1999 and 2007. And it is the same PDP. We are the same people who achieved it. And we can do it again. Having said that, personally, not because you are a woman, but my greatest respect is to my mom. Because I lost my dad when I didn't know anything, and it was my mom and it was my mom that brought me up and saw me to where I am today. So that's why when I created a microfinance bank, I gave directive to the management that 80% of your loans should go to women. And Governor Boni Haruna is here. And because of that, we moved out 45,000 families out of poverty. I have said this in many fora, both local and foreign. And they are the best people you can loan to, because our loan recovery is more than 90% with women. If you truly want to remove or eliminate poverty, believe me sincerely, empower women. So, but we cannot empower you when you don't come forward. Yes. You have to come forward and we empower you. I mean, if you go to my university, the best students have always been women. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, because of time constraint, I cannot keep on talking and talking. I could go on and on. I just wanted to make a small correction. Of course, it was 2007 when we had this Niger Delta document, which we handed over to Yaradua, not 2011. And it was created in 2008. So I thank you very much indeed for this opportunity. I hope you can permit me to go.
Okay, Your Excellency, sir, just before. Your Excellency, hold on a second. Just quickly so we can leave here. Thank you, sir. Having listened to that wonderful speech for the first time in 30 years, I wished I was a woman. Yes. We're going to take a quick one from the vice presidential candidates. Please, sir, if you permit us to do that. I'd like to invite to the microphone, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, Executive Governor of Delta States, Vice Presidential Candidate of the PDP, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, our presidential candidate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you can now see why I'm lucky to have a principal that is well educated, very grounded and experienced, and knows Nigeria true and true. I've always said that I count myself lucky to be his vice presidential candidate. Because when you're working with a man with great knowledge and experience, you find it very easy to work with him. And together, I believe, working with all Nigerians, will recover this country and right the wrongs. You have listened to our candidate, and I guess we're very impressed. But starting from the lower part, he has just told us about the pathway he's going to take. We have what we call the Girl Child Entrepreneurship and Skill Training Program. And I can confirm that since we started it, our success rate has been so high, very much unlike other programs that governments have run in the past. We do train them, ensure that they are properly processed, and we provide them with starter packs, and we continue with mentoring and monitoring. And as at the last time we did an analysis of the success rate, we had over 95% success rate. The average success rate in government empowerment programs is about 20 to 25%. When we entered into the monitoring and mentoring program in our several job creation outfits that we have, because we have several of them in several layers, we went up to an estimate about between 65 and 70%. But when we selectively took the girl child between the ages of 18 and 30, we found out that we could get a success rate of over 95%. So if we pay special attention to the girl child, as our candidate has spoken about, I'm sure that we're going to turn around this country. Somebody talked about cryptocurrency. I remember, I think the second person that asked the question. In my own opinion, I did not think that the right thing to have been done was to do a ban. What we needed to do was to study the situation and to educate our people more on it, and to put in regulatory processes that is workable. That is workable and beneficial to our people and to government. But of course, we needed to study this and also to offer education to Nigerians on the pathway to truly go. Concerning the issue of agrotech and the issue of insecurity, it is something that my Oga, as I always call him, and my daddy, he has spoken a lot about it. We need to improve production. We need to improve processing. And we must ensure that we fight insecurity with all that is within us. And the pathway is there. Other people are busy talking about so many things, just increasing the numbers. No, yes, we need more boots on the ground. There's no doubt about that. But our candidate has spoken about the need for training and the welfare of those who are involved. He's talked about the need of intelligence gathering and ensuring that we're able to coordinate intelligence to be able to do the right things. And then we also definitely need a situation where we're in touch with all the people, our traditional rulers, our people in the state governors who must work collectively together to achieve this. And obviously there's a need for better equipment, which obviously he has promised Nigerians. Is all contained in the document, My Covenant with Nigerians. And I know that he means it. He's one humble person, experienced, ready to work, very energetic, even at his age. Sometimes I find it difficult to cope moving along with him because he works from morning to night. As at 1 a.m. last night, he was still up. I'm aware because as at 12:30, I left a meeting with somebody and they still had to debrief him on the meeting. And this morning he's here with us. That is somebody prepared for the job.